Hello and welcome to United Views 12 Greats of Christmas. Today we're going to be discussing and celebrating the career of Peter Schmeichel. Before we talk more about Peter, let's introduce you to our panel for the show. And on our panel we have got our Irish Red, Niall. Thank you for joining us, mate.
Pleasure, guys. Good to be on again.
Yeah, it's going to be brilliant. And also on we've got a regular panelist, Tom. Tom, thank you for coming on.
Hello, mate. Always good to be here, especially speaking about the Great Dane.
Yes, the Great Dane he is. Now, the Great Dane, Schmeichel, joined United in 1991 after impressing in Europe for Bromby. Schmeichel arrived with a, well, very little reputation, I believe, at the start. However, he ended up leaving United with the biggest reputation possible. He went on to spend 8 years at United, and if you ask any Red who Manchester United's best ever goalkeeper is, the name Peter Schmeichel will definitely be mentioned. He was a just phenomenal force in between the sticks. Now, looking at Peter Schmeichel's fact file, he played 393 games for United in all competitions. He won 5 Premier Leagues, 3 FA Cups, a League Cup, 4 Charity Shields, a Champions League and a UEFA Super Cup. In terms of Premier League appearances for United, he played 294, keeping 113 clean sheets. He was just a force in between the sticks. Now, we've got our 3 memories. Afterwards, we'll come to the panel for their Peter Schmeichel memories. But for me, memory number 1 is just literally to get across how good Peter Schmeichel was. It's more or less the same question for both. We'll start with you, Tom. What made Peter Schmeichel the United's best goalkeeper?
I mean, it's difficult to put it into words because he just had practically everything you want from a goalkeeper. He had a massive frame. He's strong. He had complete command of his area. He was mean all the time. He screamed at his defenders. He could just organise brilliantly. He could make world-class saves. He just pretty much had everything you need to be a top-class keeper. But most importantly, I think he had the belief and the desire to become the best.
Yeah, I mean, Niall, for you, what made Schmeichel the world's best, the United's best?
Unbelievable goal-scoring threat. Just a colossus. I think his personality probably sticks out more than anything. The fact that he commanded the back 4 that were in front of him. Everyone respected the man. Just an absolute. One thing that I always go back to, and if people don't know of Peter Schmeichel, obviously the younger Reds mightn't know. If you look at the save, I think it was against Rapid Vienna in the Champions League. It was '95 when he went down and he literally dug the ball out from going in and flipped it up behind, I think it was over the crossbar to the right, whatever. The guy was just a colossus figure. That's all you can say. The guy was an absolute beast of a man, and there's just too much to put into words. That's how good Peter Schmeichel was as a goalkeeper. Yeah. I don't think a person like him will ever come along at a football club again. Just his whole personality, he put everything into one. That's what you want from a goalkeeper, and I think we were privileged to have him while we as long as we did at Manchester United.
Quality player, quality goalkeeper, quality goal scorer as well. Memory number 2 is all about 1992, and it was a massive season for him. It's his second at United. He helped Denmark win Euro 92 with some unreal performances, and also helped United be league runners-up. And then he also grabbed Goalkeeper of the Year that year to top it off. It's only his second season at the club. Now, Euro 92, it really helped excel his career, didn't it, Niall?
Yeah, 100%. For Denmark, for a nation that weren't even supposed to be in the tournament, I think they were placed Yugoslavia at the time because of obviously the war in their country, and to come in and win it was incredible. But for Denmark, if you look back at Peter Schmeichel and you think of Denmark, you just think of Peter Schmeichel because he was the force that ultimately led them to win that tournament. The guy is just, as I said, I'm literally lost for words tonight, I think, about talking about Peter Schmeichel. But that obviously put him into the spotlight. Winning a major tournament like that, being at Manchester United there, obviously in the '93 season, '92 season, put him in on a world stage and a world platform, and obviously he went on to surpass all our expectations at Manchester United.
Yeah, started to perform as the world's best, didn't he, in '92? Tom, it was only his second season at United, I've mentioned that, but looking into the future from that second season, it really did set up his next 8 between the posts, didn't it? We really saw Schmeichel from '92 stay until he left.
Yeah, he was just such a massive presence. I mean, you know, as Niall says, that season progressed him massively, and it gave him the confidence. I mean, he ended that season as a winner, you know, with Denmark. It's quite interesting actually, because Denmark obviously didn't know they were going to that tournament, and quite a lot of the players returned from their holidays to just play in the tournament. So, you know, it says a lot about the mentality of the players. I mean, they sort of just enjoyed it, but Schmeichel, you know, went there to win. And from that moment on, for United, he was always a winner. You know, even when we saw him, say, go to City and that, you know, he was always a winner. He always wanted to win with whoever he played for. So, you know, as Niall says, we're just privileged to have him.
Yeah, we were really privileged. I mean, memory number 3 is kind of hitting on him leaving, but it's also hitting on how pivotal Schmeichel was for United. That treble-winning season. Now, I remember the penalty save in the Arsenal match. Of course, images everywhere, videos everywhere of that. And also his towering figure coming up for the corner, for the corners in the Champions League final. Who could not remember? I mean, Tom, he left us at the end of that season. At 36, he was at a point, wasn't he? It didn't seem to affect his form, the fact he was getting older. I mean, do you think he could have played on with us? Do you think he could have gone on and had a longer career at United?
Oh, I think, yeah, without doubt he could have done. But, you know, it's one of those things you see with the top players. A lot of the Germany squad, I think 3 of them retired this summer. Mertesacker, Lahm, and another. And you see it with the top players that, you know, the born winners, they want to go out on top. You know, some people carry on like gigs, some people are just sort of, you know, exceptions. But I think players like Schmeichel, they know when is a good time to get out. So there's no doubt he could have carried on for a long time. But, you know, he probably thought that season was the culmination of everything. And United, you know, he couldn't have known before the season that United were going to do something as special as the treble, but I think he probably sensed that that was the time when another rebuild was potentially going to happen.
Yeah, and he left the club as a winner because he was one, Tom. So you can't argue with that, can he?
You can't do better than that.
Yeah, you can't. No, we'll come over to you. I mean, do you reckon it's that treble winning season that Schmeichel, of course, he captained the side as well in the Champions League final. Do you think it was that season that cemented his United legendary status?
No. Regardless of that season, obviously that was a fine way to go out in the top, as Thomas says. But for what he did, you know, prior years before that, I think he was always going to end as United great. It wasn't just that season alone. You know, believe me, there was many a moon for Manchester United that he saved us and you know, probably covered up a lot of holes at times that were in a lot of those earlier squads, if we're fair about it. To what an outstanding goalkeeper he was. So no, I really don't think we can justify his United legacy on one season, but obviously it does help massively winning any treble, going down to cement your legacy as a Manchester United footballer.
Yeah, well, he is a legend. He's United's greatest ever goalkeeper, Peter Schmeichel, the Great Dane. Now, usually I don't share my memories on the show, but with Peter Schmeichel, it's going to be a little bit different because I remember distinctly. It isn't so much a save; it's what happened afterwards, and I've mentioned it before, the Arsenal penalty. Now, just remember, really heart in hands sort of moment. We all knew it was the end of the game, more or less. It was the end of the game, more or less, but Peter Schmeichel claims he didn't know it was the final minutes of the game. He thought we had ages left, and for me that just sums him up. He just kept going. The game wasn't over until the full whistle had gone. No result, no game was finished until the ref blew his whistle. I mean, Tom, let's come to you. Your memories of the Great Dane, of Peter Schmeichel.
To be honest, my overriding memory of Schmeichel, it wasn't actually a game that United even won. I mean, I went and saw United, I think it was an FA Cup replay in '97 where they played at Wimbledon. And we were 1-0 down in the 95th minute or so, I think. And Schmeichel went up the other end, and I thought, oh, this is the moment, something's going to happen. And Schmeichel scored an unbelievable bicycle kick. And the whole crowd went crazy. We were all celebrating for about 30 seconds, 45 seconds, and then we realised he'd been flagged offside. So, he'd broken through the Wimbledon ranks too early, but I just remember, I mean, I think I was probably in tears at the end of that game because I was just a little kid, but from that game, you know, I took away that Schmeichel kind of, with his saves and going forwards, you know, everything he did on the pitch, it kind of, I think, for a lot of people, redefined what a goalkeeper should be. And I think, say, his legacy still lives on today in the likes of Manuel Neuer. You know, Neuer, he commands the final third of his pitch, and I think I'm not necessarily sure you'd see Neuer today if Schmeichel hadn't played the way he did.
Yeah, and also just to add to the point, he wasn't, of course, the United captain as such, but he was such a leader. He didn't just lead the defence; he led the team. He was just that player everyone would turn to off the pitch. He really was just a beast. There's no other word, is it? He was a beast. He was an unformidable kind.
He was a world-class footballer who just happened to be a goalkeeper. You know.
Yeah.
And played for Manchester United.
I played for Manchester United, and he basically won the treble and all. We'll come over to you now. Your Peter Schmeichel memories.
Oh, where do I start, man? There's so many, you know. But I think it stands out for me as the goal. I think it was against Rotter. Was it Rotter Volgograd in the UEFA Cup?
Volgograd, yeah.
Is that right? Yeah, UEFA, that goal. You know, Peter Schmeichel scoring a goal, one of the greatest ever goalkeepers, and he can do it up the other end of the pitch. Just for me, just a special moment. Obviously, the game in Villa Park as well against Arsenal, that save, where I nearly, I screamed, the glass nearly exploded in the windows when that goal went, or when that save was made. But I just think it was just something funny, just a little different memory. You know, a guy like Peter Schmeichel, you'll never think he'd score a goal, and I think he's got 2 or 3 now at this stage. In his career, I think he scored for Denmark as well. But that was a really just a funny sort of special moment. But obviously, Villa Park will live long in the memory.
Yeah, he scores goals galore. That's who that chant was made for, Peter Schmeichel. I mean, what a player, the Great Dane. If you've got any memories like our panel, make sure you tweet us at the United View or comment in the comment box with your Great Dane memories. We want to hear from you. It's that time of the 12 Greats of Christmas. It's getting a tradition now. The quiz, our very own pub quiz on one of our greats, on our greatest ever goalkeeper, Peter Schmeichel. Noel, Tom, have you both got pen and paper at the ready?
Indeed.
Brilliant. They're ready to go, and they're ready for our Peter Schmeichel quiz. Who will win? They could be the greatest of them all, whoever picks up the most points. Right, you can play it on at home. Make sure you tweet us and tell us how many you get right. Let's start with question number 1. Guys, how many times during his career did Schmeichel win the UEFA Goalkeeper of the Year? How many times during his career did Schmeichel win UEFA's Goalkeeper of the Year? I'll give you a clue. It's more than 1. It's less than 10. There you go. There's your clue. How many times during his career did Schmeichel win Goalkeeper of the Year, the UEFA award?
That's really helpful.
No problem at all, Tom. I tend to please people, or try anyway. Let's move on to question number 2. Which club did Schmeichel join after United? Question number 2. Which club did Schmeichel join after United? There we go. That's question number 2. If you're playing along at home, let's move on to question number 3. Schmeichel scored 1 goal in his United career, but which competition was it in? Schmeichel scored 1 goal in his career, but which competition was it in? And I want the actual competition. Schmeichel scored 1 goal in his United career, but what competition was it in? Let's move on to question number 4. And this is a great question. What famous celebration did Schmeichel do in his area when United scored the winning goal in the Champions League final? And it's a gymnastic move. What famous celebration did Schmeichel do in his area when United scored the winning goal in the Champions League final? By the way, Tom, I just saw that appreciating nod you gave me, a smile.
I've tried it before, I couldn't do it.
Yeah, I'm bad at them as well. Let's move on to question number 5. In which season did Schmeichel win his first league title with the Reds? In which season did Schmeichel win his first league title with the Reds? I'll take a year if you can't remember the season, but you should know. In which season did Schmeichel win his first league title with United? There we go. Our Schmeichel quiz, and if you're playing along at home, please pause here if you don't know the answers just yet. If you're playing along by someone, we'll go through the answers with our panel if you haven't paused already. Right. No, Tom, are you ready? Let's do this and start with question number 1. Can't wait to see who's got the most. How many times during his career did Schmeichel win UEFA Goalkeeper of the Year? No, you can
2.
go first.
Twice.
Tom?
I think 3.
Oh, you're both so close. No, double that. Sean,
4.
sorry, Tom, add 1. 4 is the answer. 4.
We've done the Great
Oh.
Dane a disservice there.
Yeah, we haven't done well, have we? I did say less than 10. Question number 2. Which club did Schmeichel join after United? Tom, will come to you first.
It's Sporting Lisbon.
No?
Yeah, Sporting Club de Portugal. Yeah, Sporting Lisbon.
Yeah, Sporting Club, Sporting Lisbon. Well done. Moving on to question number 3. Schmeichel scored 1 goal in his United career. Which competition was it in? We said it on the show. No, you said it.
UEFA Cup.
Yep.
Tom?
Yep, UEFA
Yep.
Cup.
That's right. 2-2 at the moment. Moving on to question number 4. What famous celebration did Schmeichel do in his area when United scored the winning goal in the Champions League final? Tom wasn't just a great goalkeeper, wasn't just a great goal scorer, wasn't just a great leader, he's a great gymnast as well. What was that move?
It was, of course. My gymnastics is rusty. I'd call it a cartwheel. But,
Yeah.
No?
Yeah, cartwheel.
It is, in fact, you've heard from the gymnastic guru Niall, cartwheel, everybody. That is the correct answer for question number 4. Let's move on to question number 5. In which season did Schmeichel win his first league title with United? Let's go over to you, Niall.
92-93.
Tom?
yeah, the second season.
Yeah, 92-93 is correct. So, after a full start, we end up at 4-all. Guys, well done. Good knowledge.
So
I like it.
We're not going to have a sudden death.
No sudden death, I'm afraid. Come on.
Honourable
Good.
draw.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Very good.
Guys, thank you for coming on our panel for talking about Peter Schmeichel. Absolutely loved it. And thank you to you guys for watching at home. Between now and 9 p.m, it's all about a Great Dane, all about Peter Schmeichel. Join us on Twitter at United View. Tweet this link, subscribe, and also comment in the comment box with your quiz results and your Schmeichel memories. That's all for today's 12 Greats Christmas. Thank you for watching. There'll be a new one tomorrow. Bye.